Hi, my viewers, my patrons, and my well wishers. On request of some of my viewers, I have appeared before you for live streaming to share my ideas about how to write a precis. Precis writing is a very difficult subject in English language. Before starting how to write a precis, you must know some rules, some hard and fast rules, so that you may attempt precis in your examination hall. And precis is a very common item in any competitive exam. That is why some of you have requested me to discuss how to write a precis. So, what is the meaning of precis? Hello. The boy or the girl who has joined my class must invite your friends to join, because today's topic of discussion is very important, highly important. Then what is the meaning of precis? Actually, precis means how to write precisely, briefly. And in any competitive exam like WBCS, IAS, FRCS, in all competitive exams, high-level competitive exams, precis is a must. And many of us do not know how to write a precis. So first of all, I have explained the meaning. Precis means to know how to write precisely, briefly. So what will be our first function while writing a precis? Our first function is to count the words given in the passage, just including your article, preposition, etc. All words should be counted. First of all, count the words and divide the words by 3. Suppose you have counted 120 words in a passage. No, 200 words. And divide 200 words by 3. And plus minus the result of division and plus minus 5. If you get, for example, 200 words divided by 3, okay, about 67 words. Hello, my viewers, my patrons, my well-wishers. Your one like will encourage me or enthuse me to give you more lessons for your competitive exams. And from my long experience, I am giving you some tips on how to write a precis. So divide 200 words by 3 and you will get 66 or 67. Clear? And plus minus 5. It may be 71 or it may be 61. It doesn't matter. Clear? So, first count the words in a given passage and divide the words by 3, because you will have to write your precis in 1/3 of the language, in 1/3 of the vocabularies used in the passage. Very, very important topic. Clear? Now let us come to another point. So plus minus 5, keep it in mind. Now come to the second point. Second point is that go through the given passage twice or thrice to comprehend the meaning of the passage. Hello viewers, remember that go through the passage twice or thrice very attentively and meticulously, rather very carefully, and try to comprehend the meaning of the passage. And while reading the passage, you may stumble over new words, new vocabularies. You may stumble over new words, new vocabularies. What will you do then? Will you not attempt precis? No. You will have to understand the meaning or grasp the meaning from the other words in the passage. From the other words in the passage. There will be no problem. Clear? Why should you bother the new words that you do not know? Just refuse them and go through the passage, and automatically you will grasp the meaning given in the passage. Clear? Now, my third point. My third point is that while writing your precis, you must not use first person and second person. First person and second person. That is I, we, our, us, etc. You, your, thy, thine, etc. All these words should be carefully avoided. And what will you write for them? For example, I do not know how the incident occurred. I do not know how the incident occurred. But while writing your precis, you will have to say, the speaker or the author or the writer did not know how the incident occurred. You must not write I. Clear? You must not write me. You must not write mine. You must not write our. You will have to avoid first person or second person. Clear? And when there is I, the subject is I, with your closed eyes, you will write the speaker, the narrator, the author, the writer, etc. Nothing else. Clear? These are the rules you will have to follow while writing your precis. Hello, viewers. Don't forget that it is the very difficult matter and it is the matter of practice. And that is why you will have to write the rules down in your exercise book. Clear? In your exercise book, you must write them down or write down the rules that I am discussing. And now my fourth point. My fourth point is that never use phrases or idioms in your precis, because phrases and idioms will increase your number of words, your number of vocabularies, etc. For example, I am giving you one or two examples. For example, the flood situation beggars description. The flood situation beggars description. And it is an idiom, that is the adverbial phrase. And you will have to use a single word. The flood situation is indescribable. The flood situation is indescribable. Indescribable. Another example. What happened was beyond my imagination. And what will you write in your precis? What happened was unimaginable. What happened was unimaginable. So your stock of words or your stock of vocabularies must be increased, must be enhanced. Hi, my viewers, please like, comment. Why don't you comment? If you feel any problem, if you do not understand my lecture, you must comment so that I may understand what problems are you facing. Clear? Whatever may be the fact. Now, my another. Hello, sir. Do you understand why or what I am teaching? How to write a precis. Next point is that never use inverted commas. Never use inverted commas or within the inverted commas. For example, he said to me, I never thought of such an idea. Inverted comma close. Now, in your precis, you will have to write He told me that he had never thought of such an idea. That is, never use direct speech, you will have to use indirect speech. Clear? My dear friends, so I have given you already 6 points. Clear? And I shall give you synopsis at the end of my lecture. I am dealing with how to write a precis because from the different corners they have just now joined, so I don't know what you are teaching. Hello, my friend. I am teaching how to write a precis. And precis is a common subject in all competitive examinations like WBCS, IAS, and UPSC exams. Precis is a must. How to write precisely. Clear? Thank you very much for your curiosity to know how to write a precis. Now, again I remind you that never use direct speech. Always write your precis in an indirect speech. Another example. She said to me, comma, within inverted commas, I shall not participate in the program, inverted comma close. I shall not participate in the program. Then what will be the indirect speech? She informed me that she would not participate in the program. She would not participate in the program. My name is Sukumar Boiragi from Krishnagore. I know very well English. So what's the problem? And you are highly benefited because you know English. And I learned even after my retirement. I taught in a government high school as an English teacher for about 37 years. And after my retirement, what I achieved is being distributed among the students. This is my hobby. I cannot but give you some tips. Clear? Okay. Thank you very much. You are from Goa. You love my teaching skills, and I hope your channel grows. Okay. May God bless you. Okay. Then my another tip. Then this tip is that you must not use direct speech in your precis, and you will have to write your precis in the indirect speech. Now my seventh tip, my seventh idea is that you should not use comparison. You should not use comparison in your precis. For example, he is as clever as a fox. He is as clever as a fox. Never use this comparison. You will write, he was very clever. He was very clever. Nothing else. And if you write this comparison, the number of words will increase in your precis, because you will have to write your precis in 1/3 of the language. In 1/3 of the language. And it is a very difficult task. Clear? Another example I am giving. Her eyes were as beautiful as forest pools. Her eyes were as beautiful as forest pools. So, as forest pools must be avoided, and you will have to write, his eyes were very charming, his eyes were very attractive, his eyes were very beautiful, etc. Never use comparison. Clear? And if you write this comparison, it is your discredit in writing a precis. Clear? Another tip. I am giving you another idea. Never use contrast in your precis. Neither comparison nor contrast. For example, although he was poor, he contributed a large sum of money to the relief fund. Avoid this contrast. Avoid this contrast. Just write, he contributed a large sum of money to the relief fund. That's enough. Or in spite of his poverty, he contributed a large sum of money to the relief fund. Don't write this. You must write, he contributed a large sum of money to the relief fund. Clear? This is enough. This is enough. So avoid both comparison and contrast. Direct speech. First person and second person. And for it, you will have to write the speaker, the writer, the author, etc., the narrator, etc. Clear? For example, another example. For example, you must give a title to your precis. Title. Title is all important in your precis. After having written your precis in 1/3 of the language given in the passage, you will have to give a title. And the title should always be without verb. That is verbless title. For example, a passage on pollution, different types of pollution have been given, and also the remedy of pollution has been given. And what should be your title? How to control pollution, or the causes of pollution. Clear? Should be always should be. I have mentioned should be. Should be always verbless. And it is the rule of writing a precis. Clear? And last but not least, after having written your precis, after the completion of your writing, you must mention the number of words you have written at the end of the precis. Otherwise, the examiner who is examining your script will not count how many words you have written. That is why you will have to write the number of words at the right hand corner within the third bracket. Clear? However, I am ending my lecture tonight. How to write a precis? Precis. Precis. But why is the pronunciation precis, not precis? Because it is a French word. Precis is a French word, and the last letter S remains unaccented or inarticulated. That is why the pronunciation is precis, not precis. It is a French word. Just like restaurant, R-E-S-T-A-U-R-A-N-T, not restaurant, but restaurant. Clear? Debris, that is the ruins, D-E-B-R-I-S, but the pronunciation is debris, not debris. And that is why precis, not precis. And stay safe, stay below. Good night, my dear viewers. And the next night I shall be online, or I shall be live streaming for you on any topic you mention. That is why I am telling you, if you feel any problem in writing English, you may mention what is your problem. I may deal with vocabulary, I may deal with sentence structure, subject verb agreement, etc., so that you may be able to write good English. And my dear friends, viewers, patrons, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to an easy step to English grammar, so that I may be encouraged and enthused to appear before you with more items on grammar, writing skill, etc. Thanking all of you. Good night.